Well, good morning folks, it's Friday morning here in North Lincolnshire. It's Friday the 13th, so I'm not going out on my bike. Well, I'm going to trundle it round later to do a modification for another video which I'm going to put on this afternoon. In the meantime, I got these pictures from David H here in the UK. He's relocated his rectifier regulator using my cables, and he bought a perforated plate from B&Q at nominal cost, one assumes. There it is, and he drilled two holes, top left, top right. As you can see, they are larger than the pre-perforated ones, and that is so that he can mount the rectifier regulator onto the lower steering yoke of the bike. So this next picture shows the plate bolted to the rectifier, as you can see there. Now it looks like he's used the original bolts as well, actually, that held it onto the bike underneath, you know, attached to the back of the engine where it gets hot and dirty and burns out. And there are two larger holes. He said it was brown when he got it and he sprayed it black. And this next picture shows the top view, as you can see here. So that's the rectifier bolted onto an inexpensive metal plate. Didn't even have to saw it in half or anything, as I did on my L bracket one, my Frankenstein one. And this next photo shows the 4-pin cable, which can be pulled up. The block terminal actually on the bike wiring harness can be pulled up between the swinging arm and the frame, and as you'll see behind that rubber tool strap there, you've got the 4-pin connector plugged in, and the extension cable runs under the fuel tank and comes out just between the horns, actually. And if you look on that right side frame tube, just to the left of it, you've got a hefty looking cable. That's the three core, and both of them emerge there. You can see the horn, and there's plenty of wire, there's plenty of cable actually on the rectifier itself. And what you do is you basically pass the wires either side of the bracket that holds the oil cooler on. So you can see in that picture there, you've got a bracket. The oil cooler itself has got a metal pin and it goes through a rubber grommet into that bracket there that's got the hex bolt on it. So all you need to do is pass the wire through that. There's plenty on the rectifier, and there it is. If you look on the right hand side, you've got that metal loop that holds the speedo sensor wire with a hex nut on it, and that is the pre-drilled hole. There's one on the other side as well. There's two there, you see. So they are the pre-drilled holes in the lower steering yoke. On the right side you've got your speedo sensor wire, and then on the left hand side you've got your ABS wire and the braided hose, and they're held by clips, and you need just slightly longer bolts to do it. So there it is, he's done it, he's relocated it, well done. He's also done a load of other mods which I'm going to cover here in this video. I've covered them all on my channel, and it sounds a bit pretentious that, doesn't it, my channel, you know, in my little videos. Here is David's baby, look at that. Now if you look at it, he's done the bell mouth carb mod. Yeah, I know, people are going to say it's a fake carb. Yes, it is. It's a fake carburettor, and I love it, and so do lots of other people. So he's done that. He's also got AEW cans, which are covered in a previous video. He bought them from the same seller on eBay that I got mine from, and you'll see he's got Stratus Performance headers. Now originally David put the AEW cans onto the stock headers, and he sent me a few pictures of that. But he's obviously had second thoughts, and he's replaced the stock headers with the Stratus Performance ones, which I think are much more in proportion with the engine, and they're not fat looking like the stock ones to my eye. And two Stratus headers weigh the same as one standard header. So you're halving the weight of the headers. He said he loves the sound of the whole system. It's certainly, I love mine, and the weight reduction, as I covered in previous videos, is a lot. If you look at my dismemberment videos, you'll see what's inside them and why they're so heavy. Here is another shot. Now if you look, he's also painted his rear light bracket mount, the cast alloy one, black, as I've also done on mine. David's taking his life in his hands there. He's got a black number plate. I've thought about this, a classic bike number plate, but I don't know if you get pulled in for it. What do you reckon? Here's an impressive mod, and it shows how versatile these bikes are, really, that there are so many different variations and people do exactly what they want to them. So as I've said in many previous videos, whatever you do to your own bike, if you like it, then it's right. Other people might say, you know, I don't like this, don't like that, that's a fake bell mouth. If you like it, you've done it, and you're happy, then that's the main thing. This is a good one. Stickers from eBay. The brake calipers are supposedly Brembo calipers, aren't they? And I think they call them by Brem. You know, it's a bit of a tongue-in-cheek reference to Brembo, but David got the actual sticker, so he's got Brembo on his calipers. That's one I've not seen before, and looks effective, I think. If you look at this next picture, it's his rear shocks. Now I did a video where I used a grinder and sawed my shocker in half to see what was in it. I don't recall having put my grinder wheel through an Öhlins sticker. I think David bought the sticker as well for that. I don't think you get the word Öhlins or Öhlins on the stock shockers, so I think that's another sticker. Now this is another one, another mod that I did to my bike, and David bought the exact same thing. When I got my Interceptor, I was really spooked by that rear brake lever, which just looks like a mirror image of the gear change lever, and I got diesel on my foot in a petrol station, and when I put my foot on the brake, it slipped off the rubber and I just didn't feel safe with it. So I bought this little adapter there. They're about £7 on eBay from China, and the first thing you do when you get it is remove those dome-headed bolts there, because the metal's too soft and they're not long enough, so you need 3 longer. I just used normal hex bolts, stainless, and then I sawed off the blob at the end of the gear lever that holds the rubber on, not gear lever, brake lever, you know, that holds the rubber on. I sawed it off, so I just had a flat metal bar sticking out. David, I don't think, has done that, but he's still done a great job fitting it. So as you can see, he's used longer bolts. You can see the sort of dome end of the rod there, but it's worked out well. You probably don't need to saw the end off. I mean, mine was a bit of a prototype shot in the dark, but I personally feel much more secure having that foot plate as opposed to the rubber, because I say, when my foot slipped off it, you know, it just spooked me completely. So I did exactly that. So there you have it. That's the end result of that. And as I say, I just, it's a personal thing, obviously, but I'm used to the Japanese bikes. They used to have like a square chromed pad, didn't they? Like a checkered pad with rust in all the grooves. But this is some sort of alloy, that plate. So it's not going to rust. I feel much better with it. I think it's a good mod myself. Now the other thing he's done is to remove all his entire rear light, as you can see there, and his indicators. And if you look on the left of the picture at the bottom, you've got that cast alloy bracket. I personally am not keen on that colour. I can't figure out whether it's aluminium, silver, white. So I sprayed mine black. I used PJ1, which is a satin black case paint. David's gone for gloss on his, so as you can see. Again, it's all about personal taste, and it's not me saying, you know, people have to do it this way. You know, it's personal taste, but I on mine, I prefer it to be black. And this next shot shows another view of his rear light unit. I think that's an improvement. But again, as I say, horses for courses. And this final shot is of David's entire bike. I'm not sure if it's a finished project yet. He did hint in his email to me that he said that's it for now. It's addictive, isn't it? So there it is, with all his mods. I don't know, I'd like to suggest, it's not for me to say, David, but I would spray your headlamp brackets black. I would. You can respond and say, shut up, it's none of your business. But there you go, there's my opinion. I think it's a great looking bike, and well, take care on it, David, and thank you for the pics. And everybody else, I'll be posting a video this afternoon. I'm just going to make it this afternoon, post it in the early evening, of a really nice mod I'm going to do to my bike. So I'm going to trundle it around from the garage, even though it's Friday the 13th, I'll probably drop it. I'll trundle it around the back of the house, and I'm going to do a video on it, and I'll post that later today. So in the meantime, take care everybody, and I'll post again soon. Bye for now.